Welcome, friends. Keith Savage here, ready to give you a tour of my very first No Man's Sky Corvette. Let's get started, shall we? I'm going to put up some specifications and a little bit about the ship in subtitles below. I hope you enjoy the tour. Now, my concept for this ship was a pirate ship or smuggler. I very much like the Thunderbird halves, and I thought that was perfectly fitting to use in my first Corvette, since I did start the game playing as a smuggler. I love how these decals work really well together, and I managed to place them just right. And also, here's something that got fixed in the patches. I don't know why, but that really irritated me. Maybe because I just had a terrible procedural name. I'm going to throw up the glyphs for this paradise planet as well. I hope you want to visit. It's a gorgeous planet. I added these prongs at the front. They were the very last parts placed, 99 and 100. This is my pilot's lounge, place for the pilots to sit when they're not actually driving the bus. Yes, and you won't fall through the floor and through the world now. That's another thing that the patch is fixed. Now this is my mission hab, where the crew does all their day-to-day work. I've added a few nice little details. Such as this custom storage rack. When the windows clip through the wall, I had to do something with that. I think it turned out pretty good, just shoving junk back there, because it is a pirate ship. It's not really meant to be tidy. Now I shoved this locker into the wall there. Thought that was a perfect spot for it. And now you get to see something that I thought would be a glitch, but I managed to make it work, at least on the other side. I moved the shower chair out of the exhaust vent, but it still looks kind of odd right behind your head. But it only is a problem when the hatch is open and the exhaust is on. And I really like having those windows there so you can see out the back door. Kind of lets you know who's coming onto your ship. Now this is one of my ice sculptures, and I forgot to move the lantern back into place. The refiner. This is one of my favorite things about this build, the little snow globe. Now, I couldn't fit the whole decal in there, it just wouldn't go that small, but I thought it looked really good the way it turned out. Really not bad at all, this room. But let's move on, shall we? I added this server in the wall to give it some interest, put a box on the floor for a catch-all. Now this was one of my better ideas, putting the weapons rack inside the berth. I think a pirate would really want his weapons handy, especially if he was sleeping and was surprised by an enemy. Also, I'm going to give you these glyphs for the unusual arc stabilizer, my favorite multi-tool. I did a nice little pirate flag. I think it turned out pretty good. And of course, the windows made a second rack over here as well. So I just shoved a bunch of junk back behind it and used a barrel fabricator, give it a search button. On this side, in front of the Titan decal, I put my ice sculpture of a starship. And of course, there's a lantern hiding back there as well to give it some light. I really like how tiny little lanterns hidden in the right place can light these ice sculptures right up. I thought the planter turned out really well, blended into the wall just right. Let you see what it looks like without the plants. Slow resing textures are the bane of this game, but I'd like to think it's mainly a PlayStation 4 problem. I had to take another look. I apologize. I really like this table, and I thought I came up with a great idea for decorating it. That bowl really does glow with spinning moons or planets. It really does add to that poster, I think. For anyone that doesn't know, that's a poster from the Titan expedition. Now, I was very proud when I managed to make this all work. I hope you enjoy this part of the tour. If I can only get in there. Ah, yes, my shower and toilet. Thankfully, I'm parked on a deserted planet where no one can see me shower. Hopefully this will give you a good look and some good light of the outside of the ship. Now up on top is my little wonder projector of the very first predator in the game to actually kill me. A sort of T-Rex with Stranger Things tentacles around his mouth. I thought he made a really good ornament, as well as looking like he's my photon cannon gunner. Now here I just went into photo mode so I could get some really good aerial shots of the ship. Those skull and crossbone decals looked really good on these windows. They almost gave them a sort of three-dimensional effect. I really like how those radiators will clip right into the Speedbird cowlings. Right there at the front, those blue grill things. Now you can see my serial number. This is the #1 Corvette. Now I really like these little pop-up vents, and I decided to put them behind the torpedo launchers as a sort of practical nod to the fact that the launchers would want their exhaust blasted away from the ship. So you've got these angled vents that will help deflect some of that blast. I thought that looked really nice. Really nice touch. Also, I love how they light up from underneath with just a little bit of red. Now, I suppose you're tired of waiting, so we will head straight into space momentarily. Now, I don't like the way it doesn't show all 8 trails, but they are there. It's just bad perspective. Nothing we can do about it. I figured I'd fly around and shoot a few asteroids just to show you what's up. And then, as usual, these stupid frigates show up. Now you get a good look at all 8 trails. Red, of course. Nice profile, huh? And of course, I have to give you a good look at pulse drive through these windows. And now I can sit down and do it instead of falling through the floor. Nope, too late. Well, you get a short look anyway. Well, I very much hope you enjoyed the tour. Thank you all for watching. This is Keith Savage, somewhere in the universe, signing off.